Hello, time to do my fourth patio pot update. Everything's starting to kick on now, and I'm actually getting some wow results, but I'll save the wow results till the tail end of this video, so stick with it if you want to be wowed. Okay, these are my spring onions. I think they're white Lisbon. As you can see, there's quite a few spring onions in there. That's not bad for a pot of spring onions, is it? So if you fancy growing spring onions in pots on your patio, it can be done. Okay. Ten beetroot in a pot. I think they're called Celery, the long thin beetroot. Plenty of leaf on there, they're looking good. I'm not too sure there's still 10 growing in there, but when I look in there, some of these guys are as big as a golf ball now. So these beetroot look as though they're going to produce, but not just yet. 10 beetroot in a pot on a patio. Both these guys. You see them? Celery. 4 celery in a pot. I left the wind protectors on, they're still on there. They look as though they're doing great. But no celery yet, but you don't usually get that anywhere this early in the year. But I'm really chuffed with those. That celery seems to be doing quite well. So I look forward to the back end of the year when we harvest this. Let's see if we can get some nice heads of celery. Four leeks in a pot. I've actually grown 10 leeks in a 10-inch pot before. There's a video on the channel shows you that, and I got quite a good result. But I've got a few more pots now, so there's no need to squeeze them in. And the compost in this pot, by the way, is recycled compost. It's compost that was used for early potatoes. No sooner did it come out, I popped it straight back in the pot with a slack handful of bloodfish and bone in with it, and we're up and running. So we're perhaps going to get 2 harvests from one pot in the same growing season. We've already had early potatoes, and before the year's out we're looking to get some leeks. That's 4 leeks in a 10-inch pot growing on a patio. Wind protectors are still there because the wind's still here. Okay, these are my dwarf beans. I'm not too sure if you can see these actually. I'm not too sure I've got this camera position. Can you see the dwarf runner beans just starting to come here on the top of this plant? There's 4 in there. They're all starting to produce beans now. But the wind this year's been something else, and to be honest, they've been blown to bits. I'm quite surprised they give me anything. But give me a week and I'll be picking those, and we'll decide whether we want to give these a go again next year. But there's plenty of them. 4 dwarf runner beans in a 10-inch pot on a patio. Well, take a look at these guys. You'll see those okay. Dwarf broad beans. I think they're called the Sutton. 4 in a pot. Plenty of beans here to go at. I haven't taken any yet. There seems to be about 4 or 5 in a pod, which is about right for a dwarf bean. I think the bigger beans have about 6, 7, 8 maybe in a pod. But these are dwarf beans, and as you can see, it's quite possible to grow dwarf broad beans in pots on your patio. I'm doing it, you can do it. Okay, I said I would save the best till last. Doesn't look the best, does it? There's my early potatoes. This is one that hasn't been harvested yet, but I harvested a potato earlier today, so I'm going to show you what this is capable of delivering. This is what a 1-seed potato in a 10-inch pot is capable of delivering. Okay, I guess you're probably saying, well, it hasn't delivered much. Well, this is what it delivered earlier today from a 10-inch pot, just like this one. This is a potato called Winston. One went in, and that's what came out. Now that is a wow result, isn't it? All of those from one potato out of a 10-inch pot sitting on a patio. No greenhouse, no polytunnel. And the weather we've had, the wind and the rain we've had, unbelievable. Okay, so that's one wow result. I'm going to give you another wow result now. Okay, this is what my carrots are looking like now, the 10-inch pots. When I harvest them, take them all at once, just grip them like that and pull them all out. You'll have seen it on my videos. If you haven't, have a look, you'll see it. So what can we expect out of a 10-inch pot with carrots sown thinly? Well, I harvested one earlier. I'll show you. Ten-inch pot. These carrots came out of a 10-inch pot, just like this one. Oh boy! Now that is a wow result. Come on, all of those out of that 10-inch pot. Unbelievable, isn't it? That is a wow result. So, if you haven't got much room, if you haven't got an allotment, greenhouse, polytunnel, but you like veg and you fancy growing it, these are the babies, these 10-inch pots. You've seen the results that we can get, and there's more results to come later on in the year, so stick with me. Okay, we've got those molly here. So this is homegrown veg, signing out.